All those times that I said I love you, I'm lying to you. Return of the... I don't know the lyrics to that song, but I've been singing it all week. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway, UFC 329. This is my full card breakdown and predictions for every single fight. 100% pick rate. Put your money on it. Put the house on it. Mortgage the house. Chuck it on. You'll do what you're told. Yeah, I have been saying every single Conor McGregor catchphrase all week. All week I've been hyped, I have been ready, I have been telling every man and their dog that Conor McGregor is going to walk down Max Holloway and beat the fuck out of him and win at 170 pounds, solidifying his return and one of the greatest comebacks in combat sports history. But we have to be a little bit realistic. There's a world, and it's a beautiful world, where that happens. Where just that happens, Conor McGregor comes back, it's glorious. He shows levels. Max Holloway's chin has deteriorated. He whips a head kick out of nowhere, knocks him out. Even a 48-47 split decision would be crazy. Faith, God-fearing McGregor, faithful Conor McGregor in the limelight, finally spreading some good words, finally doing what is meant to be done as Conor McGregor, and that is win fights and stay at the top of the game. There's a world where all of that happens, and there's another world, and it's called reality, and it's one in which Max Holloway beats Conor McGregor as he should. He's the more active fighter. He's the fighter that's been in there more. Every single fight of Max Holloway has literally been against either world champions or number one contenders. I think the last 10 fights of Holloway have either been title fights or number one contender matchups or main events. He has literally not fought a step down in competition since he lost the belt to Volkanovski. Ever since then, he's been facing the best of the best. He's been fighting the best of the best. His body of work is insane. I have been discrediting him. I've been talking shit about him in the lead up to this matchup because I want McGregor to win, man. Come on, the double champ does what the fuck he wants, yeah? You'll do what you're told, son. I'm gonna son you. It's a different world in there with me, Max. You know, there's so many great lines that he drops. I am such a big Conor McGregor fan, and I want him to win so bad. And I've made videos boldly proclaiming that he's going to beat Max Holloway, that he's going to wrestle Max Holloway to a decision, that he's going to fucking show levels in striking. The injury's not going to halt him whatsoever. And all of these things are things that are extremely, extremely unlikely. But I don't care. I'm picking Conor McGregor. Something crazy is going to happen. There is no logic in this sport. You cannot tell me that Sean Strickland beats Hamza Chimaev. You cannot tell me that Justin Gaethje beats Ili Abturo Taptoro and wins the belt on fucking Freedom 250 at the White House in front of Donald Trump. This shit is scripted, bro. The MMA gods do what the fuck they want, and Conor McGregor is going to beat Max Holloway somehow, some way. And it's going to be it's going to be glorious. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to see faithful Conor McGregor on the mic. He's going to call out one of Islam Makhachev or Justin Gaethje. I'm predicting Justin Gaethje. There's going to be a face-off in the ring, and within 6 months' time, the UFC is going to re-sign Conor McGregor to a $30 to $40 million per fight deal, and he's going to fight Justin Gaethje at 155 pounds for the belt. Conor McGregor is ending 2026 holding the belt or in conversations with the UFC to fight for the UFC lightweight title of the world. It's a crazy world we're living in. Things do not make sense. Conor McGregor is going to beat Max Holloway. That's all I have to say. Conor McGregor, I'm looking at their stats right now. Conor McGregor, a seasoned vet at 170. Max Holloway, his first time fighting. He's got a 5-inch reach advantage. He's going to be bigger in there. He's going to outweigh Holloway. He's got plot armor. He's glorious. It's Conor fucking McGregor. He's going to beat Holloway, and it's going to be insane. There is no logic here. Every part of me, every logical bone in my body is telling me to pick Max Holloway. It's not going to happen. Conor McGregor is going to win this fight. Moving on, Benoît Saint-Denis versus Paddy the Baddy. Hey lad, Scousers don't get knocked out, lad. Paddy Pimblet is going to beat the fuck out of this French douchebag, Benoît Saint-Denis, and he's going to get revenge from my boy Dan Hooker. It's going to happen. I'm picking Paddy Pimblet by third round. I'm going to say submission. No, I'm going to say ground and pound. I think he's going to ground and pound BSD. It's going to be dominant. A couple days ago, I was watching the Benoît fight against Dan Hooker, and that's, freaking sad to watch because I'm a Kiwi, bro. I like Dan Hooker. He's a bit weird sometimes, keep it real with the dating app shit. But he's a great fighter. I love Dan Hooker. He fucking threw that fight away. That first round, Benoît Saint-Denis was plodding forward, chin in the air, open to the body. He was getting hurt to the body. Dan Hooker fucking almost finished him, and then he used his 3 brain cells to shoot a fucking takedown and threw the fight away. He threw that fight away. Dan Hooker was going to beat BSD, and to be honest with you, that was not a great showing for the Frenchman because they both looked like they were fighting in 0.25x speed. They both looked like they were fighting in slow motion out there. It was not a good fight for BSD, and it did not show. He really did not show any improvements on the feet. He is extremely open and hittable on the feet. He's taken a profound amount of damage throughout his career. He's one of the most hit UFC fighters in the lightweight division. Every single fight this guy's in, he's in a fucking war, and I'm pretty sure he has staph infection. I've been seeing that coming around on the internet. I think BSD's going to get beaten up. Look, both of these guys, they're not anything special on the feet. Certainly, you look at both dudes, they, realistically, there's no technique there, And if you were to tell me 5-6 years ago that the guy Habib mauled and submitted in the first round is the champ of the lightweight division, and you have these two plonkers fighting in a number 1 contenders bout, I would not believe you. The sport of MMA does not exist. It is not real. The rate of progression, as much as we think it is crazy, realistically is not there. You have a guy in Benoît Saint-Denis who just walks forward, no technique, no boxing, gets hit, relies on his chin, and tries to impose his will on his opponents. And then you have another guy, Paddy Pimblet, equally shit striking, but he's got decent takedowns and great jiu-jitsu, and that's what gives him the edge against BSD. I think Paddy's going to beat BSD, and it's going to be a pretty one-sided beatdown from the Scouse lad, and we might see Paddy Pimblet versus Conor McGregor. Hey, lads, I don't care, mate. You'll do what you're told, yeah? Fuck, I'm excited for Conor McGregor. But Paddy Pimblet, he's going to get the W, and BSD, it's back to fighting number 10 ranked boys for you, my friend. Moving on down, Cory Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. I'm putting Vaseline on for this one because I'm picking Mario Bautista, mate. Cory Sandhagen, he's just a fucking nerd, isn't he? He's just a big nerd. Like, he's just journaling. He's just like, jerking off to Dune. Like, he's a big Dune fan. He smokes a lot of weed, Cory Sandhagen is one of those fighters where I don't get the hype. Why do people say this guy's a marauder, bro? You see the Frankie Edgar KO with the knee, the flying knee? It's like this guy, first of all, he's testament to the fact, look at this build, bro. He's testament to the fact that the UFC does not have athletes. The UFC has rejects and social rejects, losers, weirdos. I made a video about that. It's shadow banned by YouTube. It's getting no views. You should go check it out. I'll link it in the description. MMA does not attract athletes, and when it does, they usually rise to the top and they usually become dominant champions. The level of competition in the sport is actually kind of low, and it's actually kind of embarrassing. Cory Sandhagen is a number 1 contender. He's had his crack at the belt against Merab. Merab almost knocked him out. He just fights at distance. There's nothing impressive about Cory. On paper, in theory, Cory Sandhagen is like the most dangerous bantamweight of all time. But when you actually see him in there, he's just a boring, sloppy cunt. And I really am sick of rooting for this guy. He's going to lose to Mario Bautista, and Bautista's going to take him to a unanimous decision. I feel like Bautista's going to mix in the takedowns, and if Sandhagen tries to take him down, I think he's going to have excellent defense. These two have fought before, I believe. I think Sandhagen put him away, but that was very early into Bautista's career. Sandhagen is just a fucking nerd, bro. Get out of here with your Dune and journaling, bro. Fucking go train, you crackhead-looking dickhead. I think Sandhagen's extremely overrated. It's really just these fake hardcore fans Oh my god, bro, he's so cool. Like, he's talking about he wants to be the best fighter in the universe, bro. You can't even be the best fighter in a McDonald's car park. You would get knocked out by a couple crackheads. Little bros, calm down, mate. You fucking douchebag. Mario Bautista, he's gonna get the W. Fucking terrible tattoos on this bloke. Jesus Christ. Alright, Bautista, Mario, that's his first name. Come on, dog. This guy's winning. A decision. I feel like a decision. Sandhagen's pretty defensively sound. He probably won't get knocked out, but I feel like Bautista will just outdo him. You know, these guys are pretty evenly matched in terms of stats, but I just think Bautista is coming into his prime more as a fighter, and Sandhagen's just, he does too much fucking cybercilling, and he needs to go cop on some creatine, bro. You know, bulk up, mate. Go up to one. Just leave the sport, bro, actually. In all honesty, just leave Sandhagen. No one cares about you, mate. Bautista's getting the W. Fair play. He's going to be... You know, he almost knocked out Umar, bro. You know what I mean? Like, he's underrated. He's definitely underrated. And title run is going right now for Bautista. Jump on the hype train. All right, moving on down. Brandon Royval versus Lona Kavanagh. I just found out this bloke is Wasian. He's one of the brothers. Lona Kavanagh, half Chinese, half Irish, repping the mixed genes. I'm having a go with big dog Lona Kavanagh, 10-1, a real prospect, 5'6", brutal height pill. I just think Brandon Royval is just hittable. I think he just relies on his reach too much. He relies on his length. He can slip out of the way. He's built like a worm. He can slip out of the way of shots. He's very good. He's only lost to championship level guys. I think he's only lost to Pantoja, Josh Van. He got knocked out by Manal Cap. Manal Cap is looking like he can be a champ. In all honesty, Manal Cap's knocking everyone out. He's got that Israel Adesanya gyno going on. He's unstoppable, mythical fighter. I think Brandon Royval is very good. And he really does only lose to the top guys. And Lona Kavanagh is a top guy. Just look at that fucking handsome face. This guy is a legit contender. We saw what he did to Moreno. I just think he's going to sting him with the leg kicks. And I think he's going to go in with a fast 1-2. And he's going to catch Royval with a big, nasty overhand right. I just think Royval's too hittable. The chin is undoubtedly going to be deteriorating. He has a big, rough weight cut. He's 5'9", which is absolutely massive for 125 pounds. And this is a tough fight for, to be honest, both men, but I think Kavanagh has him with the age, with the explosiveness, with the speed and the power, and he's going to get it done over Brandon Royval. It's going to be close though, and it's going to be tough, but I'm going to take him by second round. I think he's going to put him out cold, knockout, no TKOs here. He's going to sting Royval, he's going to hurt him to the legs, and he's going to put him away. Lona Kavanagh title run starts now. King Green versus Terrance McKinney. This is a stacked card. Two YNs scrapping it out. Two absolute Gs. I love both of these guys. King Green, very likable dude, actually. I saw him in Embedded buying up housing, giving it to the brothers or renting it to the brothers, helping out his community. Terrance McKinney, funny guy, top G. I like both guys. I think it's going to be a banger. And I think I'm going to go, it's tough, man. King Green is fucking good. We see what this guy's done. If you're not 100% there in the octagon with him, he will put your lights out. This guy is on another level in terms of striking. There's something about him where he can just show up. He can just show up and make the best guys in the world look like shit. Or he can fucking look like shit himself. He's getting kicked in the head. He's getting KO'd. He's there to either kill or be killed. And the same can be said about Terrance McKinney. This is not going past the first round. No way. I think Terrance McKinney is like the most dangerous fighter in the world in 1 minute. He's got that 1 minute power. And he could put away Islam in 1 minute. But after that minute goes, and if he hasn't KO'd you, or if you haven't KO'd him, he's basically as good as a dead man walking. King Green, very underrated striker. He makes guys look like shit. He makes guys look like they shouldn't be in there with him. But he is old, and the chin is questionable. You know, he's been put away multiple times in his career. You know, hey man, my name's Bobby Green. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's got the CTE to match. Tough fight, exciting fight. It's literally a 50-50. I could literally flip a coin right now and that will be as good as deciding who I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go with King Green, bro. I'm going to go with Unk status, old man power. Do I think he's going to go out there hands down, Terrance McKinney, knock him out, highlight reel? Fuck it. I think he's going to do it. Somehow, some way, he's going to get it done. Main card starter, what a banger. To be honest with you, I can't really give much insightful analysis on this fight. It's just a fucking slugfest, isn't it? King Green, fuck it, let's go. Prelim headliner arguably should be on the main event. You got my boy, Rob the Reaper Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov. I've been saying this, I made a video about it. Rob Whittaker is levels above Nikita Krylov, and he can mix it up with the best of the best. At any weight class, Rob Whittaker is one of the best boxers, one of the best strikers in UFC middleweight history. He's probably the third or fourth greatest middleweight of all time. His only real bad loss has been to Reina de Ridder, where he almost knocked him out, and he would have knocked him out if it wasn't for Reina de Ridder grabbing the gloves when he was going for ground and pound. I think Whittaker is extremely underrated. People disrespect him, man. This guy was the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. He beat Adesanya in that second fight. People don't like to admit it. That was a robbery. He beat Adesanya, or at the very least went to a competitive decision with him. I think he's just going to style on Krylov. I think he's going to dance around on the outside. I think he's going to sting him with the jab, leg kicks, teeps, oblique kicks. There's too much in Whittaker's arsenal for Nikita Krylov. Nikita Krylov, kind of like Terrance McKinney, he's just a kill or be killed fighter. He's very two-dimensional. We saw him get knocked out by Dominic Reyes. He's not got what it takes to beat Robert Whittaker. I think Whittaker, look, we saw Whittaker beat. I think Whittaker could beat Strickland. To be honest with you, I think Whittaker could be world champ right now. I think if it wasn't thanks to the jaw, Whittaker could make it extremely competitive against Khamzat Chimaev. He's really just had an unlucky run. He's got some extremely underrated wins. He's got an extremely underrated legacy, and he's a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. I think he can go on a bit of a run at 205 pounds. Do I think he can beat the likes of Khalil Roundtree and Magomed Ankalaev and Carlos Ulberg? No. But do I think he can beat guys who are unorthodox, sloppy, and hittable like Nikita Krylov, even like Yuri Prohaska? I think he can. He has a win over Paulo Costa, who's ranked number 5 right now, and we saw what Paulo Costa did to an undefeated Azamat Murzakanov. I think Whittaker's going to absolutely style on him. I think the only thing I'm worried about is the chin, and I think the chin issue for Whittaker, it's sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. Sometimes he's really good, sometimes he's taking wheel kicks off Paulo Costa, other times he's getting rocked by Dricus, but we know how good Dricus is, we know how powerful he is. The chin of Whittaker is nonetheless a little bit worrying, but I don't think he's going to get hit much. I don't think Krylov can hit him at all. Krylov's too slow, he's too sloppy, he's too predictable. Whittaker's got one of the highest fight IQs in this game. His striking is on another level. And you watch a Whittaker fight and you watch a Krylov fight, and these guys are just on two completely different levels. Krylov is a basic orthodox bum, and Whittaker is, when he shows up, he's world champion. He's the best fighter in the world when he turns up. Robert Whittaker, easy win. He's going to have 9 kids by the time this fight is over. Robert Whittaker, one of the most likable blokes in this game, and I think he can go on a bit of a run here at the tail end of his career. Absolute G, get it done, let's go. Moving on down, Gable Stevenson, should be Stevenson, versus Elisha Allison. Elisha Allison, obviously the former 3-time undisputed middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight champion of the world, against this absolute can they're feeding him, Gable Stevenson. Listen, Gable Stevenson, he's getting an absolute fucking layup here, mate. He's got to put this bloke away in the first round. This fat, undisciplined welterweight that they put him up here against. I think Stevenson's just going to go ahead and knock him out. And if he doesn't, he's overrated. He's overrated. He's very hyped up. He's training with John Jones. He's an Olympic gold medalist, former rapist, I'm pretty sure. I think he got, maybe just don't talk about that. Gable Stevenson, big prospect coming out of America. He's going to get it done. This is pretty much the only guarantee of this card. I think they're obviously building him up slowly. He's the next prospect. He's the next big thing. He's going to put this guy to sleep. maybe get a inanimate object and penetrate him with. I don't know, maybe. We'll see what happens. Gable Steveson, not much to break down here. I mean, he's very good, but to be fair, anyone who is an athlete can be good against unranked heavyweights on the regional scene. Most unranked heavyweights are 40-year-old men who are just going through midlife crises and are trying to prove something to themselves. So if you're any level of an athlete with any level of training, strength, nutrition, and athleticism, you can knock these guys out for sure. But it still is impressive, and he's been on a bit of a run. We already know Joe Rogan's going to be glazing him when he gets the first round TKO over Elijah Allison. And Allison, mate, go back to plumbing or taxi driving or whatever the fuck you were doing before, because you shouldn't be in the UFC, bro. You're getting wheeled in to get knocked out. It's all good, bro. You're still 6 feet tall. No worries. Moving on down, Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Big Garbrandt fan. He was the best fighter in the world for 25 minutes against Dominic Cruz. He's had a bit of a fall off recently. I really hope he's getting paid good money to fight. I think he is. I think he's on a good contract. Adrian Yanez is probably going to knock him out. The last fight Cody Garbrandt was in, I think he won based on fouls. I think the other bloke fouled him, like the other guy poked him in the eye or kicked him in the nuts and got points deducted, and that's why he won. Garbrandt is really just showing up for a check at this point in his career. He's not there. He's not training as hard as he should. Realistically, he's never going to sniff a belt ever again. He's unranked. I think he's lost the love for MMA, and he's never gonna really mix it up with the best of the best. Adrian Yanez is a legit contender. He's a good fighter, good striking, good length, decent power, good cardio. I think he's gonna either knock out Cody Garbrandt or he's gonna take him to a pretty dominant decision. Cody Garbrandt, man, it's just a bit sad to see. Like, this guy went from the undisputed champion of the world. They were spending millions to promote this guy. This guy was supposed to be the next McGregor. And now he's fighting on the prelims of that very man. It's a bit sad. The fall off has been a bit unfortunate. But that's just the way it goes in this game. He's still got fans. He's still loved. He's still probably a millionaire. Fair play, Garbrandt. But he's not getting this done. And can this guy stop getting fucking awful, ugly tattoos? Like, bro, the neck one was looking a bit shit, and then you got the one on the eye, mate. It's not even lined up, bro. Who am I to judge? Cody Garbrandt. I'd love to see him get it done, but it's highly unlikely. Adrian Yanez gets it done. Second round, third round, maybe a TKO, probably a decision. Garbrandt is still pretty decently defensively sound. So I think we'll see an Adrian Yanez decision victory, and Garbrandt, whatever, bro. Move on. Pick up golf, bro. You know what I'm saying? Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. Who the fuck is this Kai Kamaka character, bro? Yeah? Why are there three of them? Luke Riley, interesting prospect, built like a brick shithouse, but miniaturized. Very interesting. He is kind of good. I think he's good, very good on the regional scene, looked good on the regional scene, but in his last performance in the UFC, he kind of looked a bit shook. He didn't really look like he was fully confident, and I think confidence is something that takes certain fighters a long time to build up, and he's one of them. We saw him on the regional scene have a few shaky performances and then come back against objectively harder competition and do very well. He's gonna get this done. Kai Kamaka is legit. He's been in the UFC twice now. He's made one run, left, come back. They're feeding him like a good guy. This guy's got over 20 fights. You know, this is not an easy matchup for Riley whatsoever. But I think he's going to do it. Undefeated, Scouse lad on the McGregor card. This is his big moment. He's very good when he shows up. And MMA is one of those sports where you're only as good as your last performance. And his last performance was a bit disappointing. You know, what was it? Decision? Too many decisions going on with this Leon fella, yeah? You know, so, bro, know yourself, yeah? Luke Riley, he's going to step it up. I think he is very hard on himself, and that's what makes him great. He's going to be a contender in this division. Do I think he's going to be a champion? Listen, if Volk retires, which he will be by the time Riley is a fully fledged contender, I think anything's possible. He's very good, undefeated, power merchant, bit of a jab merchant really, but he's going to do it. He's going to do it. Kai Kamaka III slimed out late round 3 TKO from the Scouse lad. Very impressive. Moving on down, Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong. Tracy Cortez, very bad, very attractive. Jesus Christ, what is she, Asian, Mexican? Damn. Anyway, Tracy Cortez, very attractive female UFC fighter, gets a lot of hate for that, gets a lot of disrespect for that. She's a legit fighter. Just because she wears eyelashes and she doesn't look like a dude doesn't mean she's a bad fighter. You know, she's 12-3, she's fought some of the best of the best, you know. Attractive UFC fighters can be champs, you know. Mackenzie Dern's a champ, bro. Like, calm down. You don't always pick the female UFC fighter that looks like a dude, you sexist apes. I'm picking Tracy Cortez. Please hit me up, Tracy Cortez. Enough said. Tracy Cortez, leg kicks, you know, it's just going to be a shit MMA. It's just going to be a shit WMMA fight. But I think she's going to do it. She's going to get a lot of love for the shorts for some reason. I don't know why. I think she's getting custom shorts. Maybe they're a bit tighter. I don't know. We'll see. Tracy Cortez, big W in 2026. Wang Kong, she's got a very nice haircut. You know, 9-1, legit prospect out of China. I just think Tracy Cortez has been in there with the better fighters and she has a better body of work in the UFC. And she's been in there longer. I think Wang Kong's relatively new. To be honest with you, I'm just spitballing. I don't really know much about both these fighters. All I know is Tracy Cortez is good and she's underrated. People disrespect her too much. Put some respect on her name. She is very good. She will get this win. Probably by decision, I think. Damian Pinas versus Cesar Almeida. Sick name out of Cesar Almeida. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know much about either of these fighters. Call me a casual. I'm going to go with Damian Pinas. This bloke looks like he has a 10-pack of abs. Yeah. 185. He looks like Atiba Gutierrez. Fuck it. Damian Pinas, first round KO. I'm going to put my life savings on it. You should too. It's fucking 1 a.m. Farid Bashrad versus John Garza. I believe Ethan Ewing was supposed to take this fight. John Garza, young guy, 6-1, taking this fight on short notice. I think we're going to see a Farid Bashrad decision. You know, this is MMA. Anything can happen, but you're not going to realistically take a guy who's 21, 22, very inexperienced, off the couch, 6 days notice, and put him up against a number 15 ranked guy in the world. A talented guy. This was really Ethan Ewing's moment to shine. John Garza, does he have what it takes to beat the number 15 ranked bantamweight in the world on short notice? If he does, he's something special. But I doubt it. I think Farid Bashrad is just going to be too much. It's experience in there. It's experience. And Bashrad's going to get it done. I'm picking him by decision, UD. Moving on down, Ryan Gandra versus Zachary Reese. Zachary Reese, very interesting fighter, you know, tall, big, shredded, like this guy's a natural athlete. But there's just something about the way he moves, something about the way he fights that is very uncoordinated and does not scream UFC contender whatsoever. This guy was working on the oil rigs, started training MMA late as a hobby, got into it. He's carried by his strength. He's carried by his athleticism, his chin. I saw him fight, I believe it was on the Lerone Murphy card against Michel Pereira, and he had a exhausted, tired Pereira in front of him, and he couldn't finish him, and he actually lost that fight. I think Zachary Reese in another life, he's playing American football, he's playing basketball. He picked the wrong sport. He's not a fighter. He's very, very talented as an athlete, but he just can't move in there, and he just doesn't move very well. The guy he's fighting is 9-1. He's a legit fighter, Brazilian, but he kind of looks Mexican. He's got that flabby Mexican build. I think from the fights I've seen of Reese, he just gets dunked on most of the time. And you look at him, you think, fuck, this guy should be world champ, but he's just not anything special whatsoever. I think he's going to get knocked out or decisioned brutally on the prelims. for 10k. Poor bloke. Moving on down, the opener. To be honest with you guys, I don't know who the fuck either of these guys are, and probably one person is watching this video up until the end, so I'm just going to say Cody Durden because his name sounds cool. And that's it. That's my breakdown. Call me a casual. Conor McGregor is going to beat Max Holloway by decision. He's gonna decision Holloway, and it's going to be crazy. Gaethje's going to get in the ring. I can't wait. And I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. I'll see you in the next one. Much love.